Hello YouTube, hello everybody. Uh, I've actually gotten a few requests, and this lesson is for. I just thought of it, and I was like, okay, let me do an online piano class because I've actually looked out for one on the internet, a video that explains or that introduces us to the piano, and furthermore a video that can teach us basically everything we need to know about the piano. So I just thought of it, and I said I should start something of that nature because I've actually gotten requests on people who wants to learn but they are unable to pay a good piano coach to put them through. So I've decided to put this video together to help us, and this is just one among other videos. So this is, since this is an introduction, it's going to be a little lengthy. Yes, it's going to be a little bit lengthy, but and anticipate more of these videos because I really want everybody to be able to play the piano following my guide, following my step. Now this, what I'm exactly going to do is I'll you'll be able to play even if you've not seen the piano before, even if you've not played anything on the piano before, but this is going to help you play the piano. Yes. So this will help you to play the piano just by you having access to one. The only criteria for you to be able to learn how to play the piano is if you have one, or if you have access to one piano, and that is it. So now let me introduce us formally to this very instrument. Now the piano is actually a musical instrument. The reason why I don't want to call it keyboard, because so we don't get confused, we have this also as a keyboard, we have this also as a keyboard. So we are not talking about this keyboard. So we are talking about this keyboard. That is the reason why I'm calling it piano. But there are differences. The piano is quite different from the keyboard, but that's another topic of its own. So talking about the piano now, like I earlier said, I said piano is actually a musical instrument. So before we'll be able to talk about the piano, we must have to talk about music first. So what is music? Music is actually a combination of sounds that appeals the ear, that pleases the ear. Yes, music is combination of sounds that pleases the ear. You could actually say music is a combination of pleasant sounds in rhythm, harmony, and melody. Yes, so because it has to do with rhythm, it has to do with proper harmonization, and definitely every song has a melody. Yes, so all this being said, now the keyboard, I said, is a musical equipment, and every note on this, first of all, this is actually a four octave keyboard. Yes, you have one, two, three, and four. This is a four octave keyboard. Why did I say so? Now, from here, anytime a note repeats itself, it's called an octave. Anytime a note or a key repeats itself is an octave. Repetition is an octave. So, on this keyboard, we have the two black keys and the three black keys. If you're observing very well, you know that there are differences. We have the two black keys and we have the three black keys. Yes, the two black keys and the three black keys. Don't worry, this is actually a gradual process as we are progressing into learning how to play the keyboard. Okay, so I said we have the two black keys and the three black keys. So now in music, we make use of the first seven letters in your alphabet. So you already know, we have the A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. These are the first seven letters of the alphabet. So basically, everything you want to know about music comes from the 7 letters of the alphabet. Yes, everything. Now I'm going to tell you why I said this. Everything comes from the 7 letters of the alphabet. Now follow me closely. Now, the 7 letters of the alphabet, which are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. In music, we have 12 keys generally. So that simply means if the whole everything we're talking about, if music, if we make use of the first 7 letters of the alphabet, and generally in music we have 12 keys, then that simply means some of these keys could reproduce their self. Yes, some of these keys could reproduce. I'm actually looking for a way to break it to our understanding. Yes, so this keyboard starts from C. How do you know where the key C is? Now, your key C is the white note before your two black notes. Your key C is a white note before your two black notes. So anywhere you see the two black notes, the white note before the two black notes is your key C. So here you have the white note before the two black notes, or the white key before the two black keys is your key C. So we have the key C here. So this keyboard begins from the key of C. So the keyboard begin from the key of C. But for our training, henceforth, we are going to be training on the key of C. But for this very particular video, let's go to C, D, E, F, G, A, because the alphabet we start from the A. So now this is the key of A. So like as I was saying, I said some of these keys could reproduce now, and that was how we came about the 12 keys generally in music. Now say we have this is A. How do I know that this is A? Now this is C. And the law of music states that when you get to this A, there is actually a reloop. There is actually a loop over and over, because all these keys here are a repetition of the same notes. Yes, a repetition of the same note. Every octave here is a repetition of the same note, but with a higher tone or a lower tone. So do we understand? So like I said, this is C. Now this is C, D, E, F, G, A accordingly. So let's begin our class from A. Now this is A. A gave birth to what? A sharp. A gave birth to A sharp. Do we understand? Do we understand? Now I said we have 7 keys generally. Let me start from there, sorry. So we have A, we have B, and we have C. If you remember earlier, I told you the C is before the two black keys. So we have A, B, C, then we have D, we have E, we have F, we have G. Then I told you that the law of music, if you get to the end of the keys, there is a loop. Or if you come to the end of a particular scale, there is a loop. So that means the scale start over from the next note. Do you understand? So this is A, this is B, then we have C. Remember C, D, E, F, G. So if we just have 7 notes, or 7 keys rather, that simply means the next one is going to be what? A again. Do we get? So now this is A to G. So if you come back here, you have another A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. As simple as this. So let's continue. From this is A, B, and C. So let's start from A. A gave birth. The reason why I'm using this term giving birth is so that you know that it's actually a reproduction. Yes. So A gave birth to A sharp. A gave birth to A sharp. Then we have B. B, since A could give birth, then that simply means B is barren. Now, why did I say B is barren? Now, because in between B and C, there is no distinguishing, there is no separating notes. There is no black separating note, forgive me. There is no black separating note. Had it been we have a black note in between this B and C, you could have said B, B sharp. But since there is no separation, no black note separating B and C, then B does not have what? A sharp. So we have A sharp, B does not have a sharp. We have C, C sharp, D, D sharp. E has the same problem as B. So E is barren. So we have E, then we have F, we have F sharp, we have G, we have G sharp, we have G sharp. So when you come to this place, you know it is a loop again. So you go all over it again. So you have A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. Now let's put all this together. Forget about the other octave I ran. So we have A 1, B A sharp 2. So let's count together. We have A sharp, B, C, D. Forgive me, let's count together again. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. If you actually calculated these things well, you know that there are 12. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these are basically the 12 keys we have in music generally. Worldwide, we have 12 keys. So now, these are the 12 keys. So now, until a key is gotten, there is no sulfur notation until a key. Now, I know some people want to come after me for this, but until a key is gotten, every note on the keyboard is your do. Every note on the keyboard is your re. Every note on the keyboard is your mi. Every note on the keyboard is your fa. Follow me closely. Now, uh, now we have A, B, and C. Now I told us earlier that this tutorial or this beginners class, we are going to be treating the key of C. Yes, we are going to be treating the key of C. That's what we'll be doing. So if you've been following me, please do well to subscribe to this channel, as this is my first video for uh this piano lesson. This is my first video, and please encourage me with a subscription, and don't forget to click the notification button so that you'll be notified anytime there is an update. Thank you. And feel free to share and leave a comment if you want me to treat any other topic, or there is something you really don't understand, and probably in my subsequent class I'll adjust that and address it. So now we have a key now that we are studying. Yes, for a start, we have a key that we are studying. So we have A, B, and C. So is our C is our key study. So C is our key and C becomes our root. Now, if C is now our root, then that simply means uh, uh, C is our root. So now we can say we have a root. So key, we are playing on the key of C. Now, like I said, this is just a beginning. So if you're planning on starting to play songs, you are getting everything wrong. So the reason why you can play um what's the song now? So let's say we are playing that's because we've gotten a key. That is why all these notes are attributed to this key. Now let me explain. Now we have every key has 12 notes as well. Every key has 12 notes and is called the chromatic. The chromatic. So every key has 12 notes, but majorly we have 7 notes. Some musicians say there are 8 notes because of the loop, but we have 7 notes. And I told you that anytime you meet the end of a note, when you hit the next one, it's a repetition. I told us earlier, so we should get all this in our mind. So now every key has 12 notes, but since we are discussing on key C, we'll take C for example. Now let's talk. Now we have different scales. Now before you know how to play chords, keyboardists will play chords. So before you know how to play chords, you must know how to uh, build scales first. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's the first practical we are going to be doing. So this is a key of C. So we are going to be building the scale. Now there is a formula for building your major scale, and I'm going to be writing it. You'll be seeing it on the screen. There's a formula for building your major scale. Now this is why. Now we have your roots first of all. Then you skip a note. Now this formula works for every key you want to play, but hence we are doing the key of C. You skip, you hold after the root, you skip a note. So musically it's called a semitone, but let me just say you skip a note. Here you skip these notes, you skip, then you move to a whole tone. So from here to here is semitone, from here to here is a whole tone. So your first movement after your root is a whole tone movement. Then your second movement after your second note is another whole tone movement. Then your third movement is a half tone movement. So you are moving from here to here. From your next movement, you are moving a whole tone movement. You're skipping this. Your next movement, you are moving a whole tone movement. So you are skipping this as well. Your next movement, you are moving a whole tone movement. You're skipping this. Then your next movement, you're moving a half tone. Or I told you that this is the last. This is the last. Do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? But for the purpose of this video, we'll make it 8. So you have a complete loop. The reason why we are making this so that when we are doing exercises or mastering these notes and their appropriate fingering, it will be you have a balance. So let's make it 8. So now you have a whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, and a half tone. Hope is understood. Now there is actually uh this is for the diatonic scale, the major notes, excluding the accidentals. Now if you add the accidentals, it's no longer a diatonic scale, it's a chromatic scale. So now we have do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do, ti, do, la, lo, so, fa, mi, mo, re, ro, do. Yes, these are the chromatic notes for the key of C, ascending and descending. Now, this is what we are going to do. Now, there is actually a finger positioning. I'll be dropping a diagram on your screen for this. Now I don't want to pick a diagram online to explain. I will draw my finger. I'll draw my palm on a sheet and probably snap it and drop it on the screen so you'll be able to learn practically. Now this is it. So now for your right hand, so you have this, you have your 5 fingers, right? So you have this for your root. So you have, now make sure you know the notes. Make sure you know the notes. Very important. Very important. Make sure you know the notes. Now you have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Make sure you know the notes. It is very important. Okay. So now you have your do, you have your re, you have your mi. Then you skip down with this finger. Then you go as simple as this. This is what the right hand is doing. So I go again. Yeah, this is how to ascend with your right hand. So you have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now it is very important and imperative that as we are doing this exercise, you make sure you're sounding the note as you're hearing it. Please make sure your exercise, you walk and you sound them. Now the reason for this is this, so you don't begin to have ear problem along the line playing. You begin to find it difficult to identify a sound, a note when you hear a sound. So when if you're able to learn this way, you will not find it difficult to get a singer's key. Don't worry, you're getting there. You may not understand for now, but you not get it difficult to find a singer's key, or getting a progression of a song, or creating a progression for a song, or being able to identify the progression of a song. So let me go the scale again. So make sure as you are hitting every note, you are sounding it appropriately. Take your time, take it slow. If you have to pause the video, pause it. If you have to make it slower, go ahead and do that. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if this is educating enough. So yeah, do, re, mi, you skip down. Fa, sol, la, ti, do. This is how you ascend with your right hand. So you descend. Do, ti, la, sol, fa. You skip up with this middle finger. I don't know what it's called. This middle finger. Mi, re, do. Simple. This is what your right hand should do. You have do, re, mi, fa. Slow it, and make sure you get it correctly. So for the left hand, now this is what the left hand should do. Now you have, unlike the right hand that skips at your third finger, 1, 2, 3, then you skip. No, the left hand skips after the fifth. So you have 1, do, re, mi, fa, so. This finger skips now. This third finger. La, ti, do. Then this is how to ascend. So you have 1, do, re, mi, fa, so. Middle finger skip up. La, ti, do. Then if you're descending, you have do, ti, la. Then you skip down with this thumb. So, fa, mi, re, do. As simple as this. So your left hand should do do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. As simple as this. Hope this is helpful. Now, what next to do? Now you already have these abilities. Now, this is not something you should just do once and leave it. Master this until you are able to uh, work on this with speed. Yeah. So until you are able to work on the speed, and you are perfect with it, and you play it without making mistakes. Yes, so this is not a once and for all exercise. You do it until you know. Every exercise I give you, do it until you become so conversant and you get acquainted with it. You learn and you understand it perfectly. So next thing to do after you've done them independently, separately. So now let's begin to, the next step is learning to play them with two hands. I think this is the last part so the video doesn't get too loud and too lengthy. So this is the next step. So combining the two hands together, because now the two hands are playing different things. This is where trying to work on your mind independence is essential. Now, this your you don't forget the right hand is doing do re mi fa sol la si do. Then this. So now let's put this both together. So okay, let me use this octave. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then your right hand skips down. Then continue. Left hand skips up. I take it again slowly. 1, 2, 3. Your right hand skips down. Your left hand skips up. Do we get? So we have. So descending, you have the left hand skips down, the right hand skips up. So we ascend and descend. Now let's get this. So let's leave it at this point, and we'll be able to build on it. And make sure you get this before our next class. You can drop your question in the comment section, but don't forget, do well to subscribe to Tonus Piano, and more of this will be coming your way. I hope this is helpful enough, and I I am positive that following this channel will be able to play. Everybody that has vision, everybody that has ever dreamt to play, will be able to play the piano without stress from the scratch. Even if you've not played before, you've not heard about the piano before, but probably you have passion for it. You just come across it. You can do this beginner step, knowing all these things, and boom, you see yourself playing like the pros. So thank you. Leave what you think in the comment section. Your thoughts, leave it be below in the comment section. And thank you.